This is the solution video for Unit 7 review, problem number 30, part A. So it says the graph of the function f, shown to the left, consists of two line segments. Let g be the function given by g of x equals the integral from 0 to x of f of t dt. All right, so part A says find g of -1, g prime of -1, and g double prime of -1. All right, so first of all, g of -1. So this is just a function notation thing. So it says the integral from 0 to -1 of f of t dt. All right, and so I like to switch these because it's 0 to -1. It makes more sense for the -1 to be on the bottom, and so that means I have to put a negative in front. So the negative integral from -1 to 0 of f of t dt. And so if I look, I am looking for this area from -1 to 0. And so the area would be a triangle, so 1/2 the base, which is 1, times the height, which is 3. So half of 1 times 3. So that would be -3/2 is g of -1. All right, g prime of -1. All right, so first thing I need to do is I need to take this statement and I need to apply the second fundamental theorem of calculus to it, which says that g prime of x would be found by taking x and putting it in for t. So really, it's just f of x times the derivative of x, which is just 1. So in other words, g prime is f, or this is a graph of f, also a graph of g prime. So g prime of -1 means what is the y value on this graph when x is -1? And so in other words, that would be 0. All right, g double prime of -1. So g double prime, well, if g prime is f, then that means that g double prime of x would be f prime of x, right? The derivative of g would be the derivative of f. And so g double prime of -1 means I'm looking for the slope of this graph at -1. And so the slope would be 3, right? Because I'm going from here, this is a line, going up 3 and to the right 1. So the slope should be 3. All right, so that is part A.